What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 209. We are back with a pretty solid weekend of fights to talk to you fellas about. We got UFC Fight Night Paris to review. Whole lot of finishes there. That was some good fun. But maybe, possibly, depending on who you are, more importantly, some one championship to talk about. We ain't talking about the main event. Nope, not the co-main event. Nope, featured bout. Nope, still don't care. I think it was like the fourth or fifth fight down, something like that. We'll get to.
I love how Akbar was the featured bout.
Hey, got me a draft point. Remained undefeated. Kept his finishing streak. Bless you. Very nice. But that's not what we're here for. You know what I mean? But before we get into all of that, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate everyone that does. Let's go. First thing to talk about for today's episode of the podcast, we're going over UFC Fight Night Paris, headlined by everybody's favorite middleweights, Nassourdine Imavov and Caio Borralho. I don't think
How could you say that when Fluffy exists?
I don't think there's two middleweights on the roster that, like, anyone on this planet is, like, number one. Like, maybe one could be Caio, two is Nassourdine. And it's like, if that's not it, then it's flipped around, you know? Everybody's favorites.
You got Hamzat, Enriquez, Strickland, Whitaker.
Strickland?
There are a lot of people who still like Strickland.
That's fair. I know. There are definitely a lot more people that like Strickland than Nassourdine, sadly.
Yeah. Paulo Costa.
Paulo Pasta. Yeah. But you know, it's all jokes and fun because we all know what the fuck was going on with this main event. We all knew that no matter what, these two, whoever came out on top, easily gonna be the most legitimate, deserving number one contender in this middleweight division for Hamzat to fight.
And they're not gonna get it.
Yes.
Yep. Would they be the most legitimate?
Yeah,
there's Caio is a bit, I think, more on the edge of that with Fernandes, but like Imavov, no, he 100% is.
5-fight win streak to 9-fight win streak? I don't know.
Roman, Jared, Brendan Allen, Izzy, Caio, all those are better wins than what Fernandes has right now.
Nah. Not when he goes out there and gets RDR.
It's gonna be a great win for sure. Like that, you know, would probably be one of the best like single wins. But the win over Izzy, like that's
I'm simply here to talk shit. Okay, so anyway, with that being said, Nassourdine being the last person to beat Izzy on his streak, not impressive. UFC just keeps him ranked because he has the name, but he didn't deserve to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's every champion ever.
No,
just
yeah,
like
I know.
Drinkus, he's gonna get finished.
No, listen. But just because they do it all the time doesn't make it correct.
I know, but it's like
so unimpressive.
It's one of those things where it's like,
and this fight not impressive, so therefore he's getting skipped by the person who is impressive and on a longer winning streak. And with the more impressive wins.
It's gonna be funny when Fluffy loses.
I know.
It's just
on a longer win streak. Huh?
More impressive wins, yes. Michel Pereira finish in the 5th round is more impressive than anything he has. Okay, I guess.
I mean, we're assuming. I'm talking about assuming he beats RDR. It's like, yeah, they both have a win over Roman. He looks significantly better in his Roman win. The win over Jared, he looks significantly better against Fluffy or anybody than Nassourdine did in the Jared one. The Brendan Allen one, he looked doofy as shit. Like, that's just what I mean. Like, obviously his last 2 wins in Izzy and Caio are very good. Like, I'll stop talking shit for a second. But I'm not going to act like his 5-fight winning streak is just like overall like super, super great. Like it's kind of on par with Fluffy. If Fluffy gets this RDR win, I know it's not no Izzy former champion, but like add in the numbers to take away the one bigger name. You know what I mean? Like I would just say that it's kind of on par if he wins this is all.
But also, honestly, Imavov beat the dog shit out of Roman as well. Like,
but like, I was just going to say like it. Like, I get what you're saying. It just Fluffy, like, I 100% respect his skills. And it's like, I think that he's like overall better than Nassourdine and like could probably do better in this division at this point. But I do like like as of like obviously I know it's like you're saying including RDR, but it's
Yeah.
like as of right now, best win is Roman.
No, yeah,
Delija,
and I know as of right
Yeah.
now,
yeah,
for
and,
sure.
and like that's the worst win on the win streak of Nassourdine. So it's just like like with Roman being like the furthest back and everyone is up from there,
Mhm.
you know, I just feel like it really is like you can compare a bunch of unranked guys compared to like 5 people in the top 10, top 15, you know what I mean? But it's like it's one of those
But I
things.
mean, like, I don't know. At the time, it's like, yeah, Roman sitting right outside, like, or Roman and Michelle, like, right at the back end of the top 15. Brendan in there, and then Roman too. You know what I mean? So it's not like
Mhm.
he's on this crazy unranked streak either. Obviously, before that, he was.
Yeah.
You know? But that's why I'm just saying, like, maintaining the streak through all of this to then get
Yeah.
4 of, like, ranked wins. And then just, like, yeah, in my opinion, he has just looked impressive in every win.
For sure.
Where
yeah.
it's just like, you know,
Mhm.
taking his performances with like the few names that he does have with all of them being ranked. I'm just like, I totally get that Nassourdine does have Izzy. Like, I know I was just totally talking shit, but like, you know, it's
Mhm.
like,
No, yeah, like
Yeah.
he's definitely
if he
looked
goes
more
out there, so like, sorry, but like with the
Yeah.
assumption that he goes out there, has another impressive performance and gets the win over RDR, I would, in like, to me, they're comparable, you know?
I get that.
I understand that.
Because it is going to be like the best individual win, like out of all of them. Because it's like, even like you said, like, yeah,
Mhm.
RDR doesn't have like the UFC accolades that Izzy does, but it's like,
He's still 21-2 in his career. He is
Yeah.
currently 4-0 in the UFC run with, you know, 3 finishes. And like, I know it was the split decision over Whitaker, but he still got
Mhm.
the win over Whitaker, who has been like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously back and forth, but it's just like he
Yeah.
solidified himself as that top guy.
Yeah.
That's like prime top guy, not
Mhm.
currently losing. And you know what I mean?
exactly on a streak and all. Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
like him being a double champion one. It's like like obviously it's one of those things where it's not like the craziest, but it's like that's a very good fucking thing to have. And it's like you said, just only 2 losses like in his career so far, and both to Anatoly. It's like, yeah,
And about to be to Fluffy, but that's not what we're here for.
yeah. I mean, it's honestly more fun to talk about that stuff.
I know, it really is. I'm sorry. I'm just so unexcited about this. I had to start talking shit, make myself excited to say something.
I get it. Nassourdine
Yeah,
Imavov gets a unanimous decision win over Caio. It really was just a overall lifeless performance from both of them. Caio was very tentative in this one, just was
Yes.
very willing to be on the back foot, try and counter Nassourdine, which in a lot of moments, like it just, you know, like Nassourdine was clearly the faster fighter, so it just was not working
Mhm.
out for a vast majority of the fight. The takedowns were going absolutely nowhere. All of the entries
Yeah.
were horrible for him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just like, yeah, like Caio had some good points of like letting the hands go in combination when like they would kind of meet in an exchange.
Mhm.
But other than those moments, he just lost out on every exchange, bit on
Yeah.
every feint, basically so hard out at distance.
And even then, like,
Yeah,
with some of the
this was a really rough one for Caio, and
Yeah.
thinking that Caio was the better fighter too coming into it, and that he should cleanly get this done.
Right.
No, yeah. And like the thing is, like, with what you're saying, even like the exchanges where he would like let his hands go in more combination, he was like barely winning those exchanges, even if at all. Because like Nassourdine
Yeah.
also, not just being the fast fighter, seemed to be the more powerful striker as well, like completely and utterly. Like he was just affecting Kyle a lot more than he was affecting Imavov. There were a couple moments where he did, but overall throughout the fight, Imavov was just being the cleaner, more effective striker, which is what I was saying.
Yeah.
He probably is gonna be in the preview. It was just all gonna come down to the takedowns, which I want to say part of this was Kaio's game plan was just not great.
Yeah, I mean, he even said after that, like, he didn't really do too, like, try for the grappling too much. And
Yeah.
one of those things of just like, yeah, the Bilal thing where it's like you can look and it's just like, oh, however many takedowns at the end that he ends up shooting. But it's like when you're not committed and that's not the like the
Yes.
process that you're trying to go to, it's just in the moment you're like, oh, fuck, let me do this because nothing else is working, you know?
Yep.
And it just, yeah.
There were definitely more desperation shots than actual thought out setup shots.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, all of the entries were just so bad on them, just so
Yep.
easily defended from Nassourdine. Yeah, like it was definitely just for Nassourdine, just a good performance to show of like technically that he was better than Caio, and that he like in terms of skill level, he probably is like top 1-2 in the division, you know what I mean? But I just wonder against a lot of these other fighters of just, in like the title picture and the contenders, it's like just not having that willingness to go. Because there were points where he obviously would get a bit more aggressive and try and sit down on like shots and try and, land big on Caio. But it's like with how passive he was throughout so much of the fight, with how dominant Nassourdine was in so many of like the moments, I really feel like he could have tried to pick it up and put more of a stamp on that.
Yeah, for sure.
He definitely could have, and it's just kind of also going to depend, because there are other fights. Because, like, with Caio being so willing to be on the back foot, there are a lot of other fighters in the division who aren't willing to be on the back foot like that, and are actually going to try and press into Imavov, which then plays more into Imavov's game plan, because he is a very good counter striker, as well as being a somewhat good aggressive striker. So, like, he can actually, like, probably use that more to his advantage. I think that's one of the reasons why this was more of a lackluster fight. He likes to counter. So if you're on the back foot, I then have to at least go to get you to do something.
Yeah. But because it just thinking about like a possible fight with like him and Fluffy, you know what I mean? It's just like you said, he does like to counter. Like that is where he will sit down and like be more comfortable. But it's like, if he doesn't have the power to just basically one-shot Fluffy out of there, it's like I don't think he's going to have the willingness to fight the kind of fight necessary to beat Fluffy. You know what I mean?
No, I get that. I think him versus DDP is a very interesting fight.
Yeah, that's...
And it's probably a fight we could end up with. Like, because it's like, saying that probably going to get passed up with this. It's like, this was one of the two number one contenders fight. We were talking about Fluffy and RDR.
Yep.
And I still just, I truly believe that no matter who wins this fight, it's going to be so much better than this fight we got yesterday.
Yeah.
Just way more exciting, just way more impressive, whatever.
I can't. I saw it. I was trying to hold it in, but what the fuck?
Bro. Yeah, anyway, they're just gonna look way better in that fight. That whoever wins that is getting the title shot over fucking Nassourdine.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have that killer instinct. They are gonna go for it. Like, even with RDR, it's like he could win, and let's say he, gets tired like he does at some point, but still pull something out. It's like his willingness and determination to keep going and put forth whatever it is he has, even if it's not much, I think will be recognized over the lackluster,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, because it's like Whitaker, like, that wasn't his most exciting performance in best fight, because Whitaker likes a cleaner fight, like if he has to bring that dog out, he will in the moments, but it's like that's not what he's trying to go to, you know what I mean? So Fluffy, he's going to go after RDR, and it, like you said, no matter who comes out of that one, it's going to be such a fun fight that it's so doubtful that Nassourdine gets the opportunity over them.
Yeah. Although I will say that Imavov might not have to fight anybody before he fights next. I feel like it depends on when the champ obviously wants to turn around, because it's like he did just beat Caio, and there's not like a whole lot more to do without killing off a clear contender, or you know what I mean? That I wonder if they will just let him sit out if they don't give it to him next, that they're not going to be like, oh, take DDP, take a Sean Strickland rematch, whatever,
That was like my one real question for this one, like, for you guys, of like, do you think he gets one more fight after this, or do you think he sits out for like not necessarily him, because I know he's fine with sitting out, you know what I mean? But it's like, does the UFC allow him to sit out of like, let Whitaker, or let Fluffy RDR happen, winner fights Hamzat, winner fights Nassourdine?
I would
take a guess, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's 50-50, because it all depends on, like, because if Hamzat wants to come back, and depending on how RDR, like, Fernandes goes, they could end up being banged up and all that. Like, he could just easily slide in right there and be like, all right, well, Hamza wants to come back before these guys are going to be ready to go. Here you go.
Yeah, that's.
I just don't know who they would put in besides Imavov if Fluffy went, and you know what I mean?
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
why
Yeah.
I just think that they would let him.
Because there's like no one else besides for like them running a DDP rematch, and no one wants to see a DDP rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
'Cause,
was
yeah, I feel like the only way that the UFC is fine with letting him sit out and, like, you know, not
Mhm.
letting him slide in for an opportunity, like you said, is if they actually look at him as, like, really being good, and it's like maybe he can defend Hamzat's takedowns, and then if he can, like, he's gonna fuck him up on the feet.
You really
So
think that's the only way?
well, like
That they let him sit out?
Yeah, because the reason why is if they think that Nassourdine has like a legit chance to beat Hamzat, they're not gonna risk going to Hamzat Nassourdine, which is gonna be like such a nothing fight that people like just don't care about. Like they're gonna want to like the winner of Fluffy RDR and Hamzat because they'll get way more out of that, and then they can go to like the fight that they have to, you know?
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
You know, I kind of agree with that, but also like if they don't let him sit out, he is gonna end up probably fighting DDP because who does DDP fight? He'd have to either fight the loser of RDR Fernandes, or he's taking a rematch with like Izzy Strickland again, or he fights Caio, which Caio, I mean, you can maybe make the argument, but like then he's fighting number 1. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe number 2 if they push if the rankings push Nassourdine up into the number 1 spot. And it's like, do you want to go back to him now fighting up into up in the top 5? Like, it's just weird.
No, yeah. I mean, it does feel like, you know, the UFC has more often recently been going to like bigger gaps in rankings, you know, of like people fighting. So it's like, who knows if he ends up like just, they're like, let him go on like a nice 3-fight run or something, you know what I mean? And he fights like
Right.
a Brendan Allen type shit or
That's
something,
who I
you know
was
what I mean?
thinking.
Like just like a
Yeah.
real step back, and then it's like just move back up to build that rematch. But yeah, I don't know how the UFC is gonna go with DDP for sure. Like that's a.
I don't mind if they went to Brendan Allen DDP. I kind of want to see DDP Cannonier. It just sucks that Cannonier's washed.
Yeah.
If it was like
But yeah.
2 years ago, oh
Yeah.
I think Cannonier fucks him up.
Maybe. But yeah, so good for Nassourdine to get it done though. Secure the decision, just get another win. It's like, yep, didn't do it impressive enough to guarantee that title shot, but a win is definitely better than a loss.
Yeah.
And
Boo.
for Caio, probably shouldn't have cut weight 4 weeks ago to be the backup fighter. Who knows how much that could have possibly had an impact on him in this fight, but
Yeah, Sean Strickland talking about he took 4 weeks out of his camp basically to just worry about cutting weight twice, like being useless in training camp and at the gym because he was worried about cutting weight.
Which I understand to an extent. I still think part of it is just the game planning wasn't I think they had a different idea of Nassourdine's speed, and the game plan kind of just faltered from there because it's like, oh shit, we're not going to be able to do what we wanted because we thought he was going to not be at this much faster, you know?
No, yeah, for sure. And that's where it just never know if like, just if that weight cut did affect, like had a little bit more pop, a little bit more ability to go, just, you know, but either way, doesn't matter. Nassourdine was the better man on the night.
No, exactly.
And speaking of the better man on the night in this co-main event, wow, oh golly gee gosh, I can't believe there was this big of a difference in skill level, honestly.
My boy is so back.
Benoit Saint Detroit went out there and showed that there is levels to this lightweight division, possibly securing his spot as the legitimate top 15 gatekeeper to the lightweight division.
I think that's hard to say. And the only reason why I say that is because I really I do still have hope for him, and kind of especially after seeing this fight. Because it's like, yeah, he got a knockout over Mark Favola, whoop-de-fucking-do. You know what I mean? I get it. Like, it's not like he was on like this crazy impressive like run of names, you know? but he definitely is solid. He is tough, but there is zero reason to go from Frivola to Dustin.
Yeah.
Zero reason. And then, you know, like having staff, whatever, like even if that's just a small factor, it's just another little ding in the pocket of like, you should have never been in there with Dustin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, yes, he gets the step back with Moicano. And I think everybody, because I know I even said it like after the fight, of just the underestimation of Moicano's top pressure.
Yeah.
Because that's where, you know, obviously Benoit was tough as shit. He did get beat up, but it's like he hung in there and did what he had to do to go. But at that point, there was nothing stopping the doctor from stopping him after just getting touched the tiniest bit because it was splitting him open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was winning. It just, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, then he had the Propelec fight, which whatever, like he did what he was supposed to fucking do.
So
now like with this one, it's like, I think that, you know, obviously he shouldn't have been in there with Dustin. I think there was an underestimation with Moicano, especially for Benoit being a grappler, you know?
Yeah.
The little bit that we saw, he seemed like he tightened up. His striking definitely looked like, you know, a little bit better, a little bit just technically better. He looked more composed in there. His takedowns were looking, you know, just better. Like his throws, all of that. Like he just looked better than he has been. And again, I know it's against Ruffy, who's not like high level or anything, but I would like to see him tested more at a reasonable level in the rankings, and then we can go to gatekeeping or not. You know what I mean?
No, I get that. And
Which
that's definitely fair.
Because he shut Ruffy the fuck out.
If we keep it in the rankings and have Benoit fights on in the rankings, I kind of would like to see him versus Chandler, I'm not going to lie. I feel like that would be an
I mean, that's not a fucking bad fight for sure.
I think that's a fun fight. I think that, you know, both guys have the chance to win that fight, obviously. Like, it's not... Now,
do you know what I want to see?
Hey.
And this isn't like, oh, I think he's going to win. I just want to see it because I think that it would be good for him. Test Benny.
Yeah?
Benny's chinny, but his striking is also devastating. He's got good wrestling, but Benoit likes to grapple. It's like, I just...
That's...
In that.
See, I don't know.
I think that that's
like,
kind of...
I get what you're saying, but, like, didn't Benny just, like... roll through, like, didn't he have way better grappling in his fight against Moicano?
So, well, like he obviously got hurt in the first round by Moicano. So it's like, you know, you're getting dropped by Moicano. But then it's like, yeah, his grappling was definitely better, but it's like Moicano's wrestling has never been great.
Yeah, but just being able to stay on top and all that, like I remember they were rolling through a lot of it, but like 5 for 5 on takedowns against Moicano.
Yeah, like that like he did very, like that was definitely one, like, you know, where I remember, like, you know, we're talking about where it's like, oh, like Benny's got this easy, and you're like, no, Moicano's got it. And it's like he did just as good, like he did fine in the grappling, like I thought, like shut it down, and you know, but like Moicano definitely did way better in the striking than I thought he was going to. It's one of those things though where it's like Moicano, obviously, like, yeah, he's not a big striker or anything, but he's definitely been improving his hands overall and just a way better fundamental boxer than what Benoit Saint-Denis is, you know? So I just wonder, it's just one of those things of like, just kind of catching him off guard where it's like, yeah, like Benoit can for sure like go out there and knock out Benny, like no doubt, but it's like the aggressiveness, and because it's like he's gonna go after him, he's gonna shoot a takedown, it's not gonna go anywhere, probably end up in a bad position, and once he gets back up, it's like how frantic is he gonna be with the striking? And then it's like I
get it, but I don't know, I just feel like it's a good test to see if he's actually improved.
Can be. But like also
he might lose it, but if
the two fights,
okay.
Two fights he's had so far since
that'd be a banger though.
It would be
fucking incredible.
Are Preplek, who is not UFC level, and Ruffy. I think maybe he gets what. Maybe we should also look at it as maybe getting one more before throwing him back up that hot, like just into like 12-8 range of fighters. There's,
I mean, but he's ranked number 13.
I know,
and
but
it's
like
Ruffy's number 15. You know.
There are a couple guys who deserve their shots into the top 15. I think a really good test and fight for him that's right outside of it, Nasrat Haprast.
I get it, but it's like, I don't know. Benoit has just now defended his spot 2 times in a row that I feel like he kind of deserves to move up himself.
Yeah.
Why defend your spot 3 times at number 12 when, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of proving it's like, yeah, you got the win over, like, obviously he was supposed to fight Joel Alvarez. So, like, that sucks, but that wasn't his fault of like where it was. And then, yeah, just went out there and made light work of number 15 Mauricio. It's like he's been defending his spot. Like, let him fight up.
No, yeah, because
To be fair,
honestly,
Mauricio shouldn't have been 15, but
either way,
I mean,
though,
yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, it's like, it's
like he did just knock the shit out of Bobby Green. So even if he wasn't number 15, he'd be right outside of it.
Yeah, he
still
was
in the argument of
gonna be right
Benoit
outside
been
of it.
defending his spot.
Yeah. But honestly, what I thought right away of what I feel like would be a pretty good next fight. What about the loser?
Of Fiziev and Oliveira.
The loser of Fiziev and Oliveira. I feel like that is a perfect step up either way, no matter how it goes.
So,
Oliveira loses to Fiziev. Like, it's just obviously showing that it's like, obviously it's going to be like, it's a quick turnaround for him, after getting knocked out. So like, that isn't good, but it's like, if he loses, then it's like, okay, he's clearly fallen from what he was as like this monster in the division when he was the title, or when he was holding the title. So it's like, I feel like that would just be fine. It'd make like the striking would be fucking crazy. The grappling would be like that would just be really good. And then it's like, yeah, if Fiziev loses, it's just like another step up for Fiziev. He lost that, so now you kind of just go back and defend your spot again and against another exciting guy, and then you win that. Then it's just he's a big fighter, so it's like he'll just have that back and forth. You know what I mean? To kind of see what he ends up doing. But
to be fair, I think he should have had that opportunity already because he had to defend his spot against Ignacio, and then all of a sudden, like, he's being thrown back into the top 5 of the division, like after going on a 3-fight losing streak to Gamrot and Gaethje. It's like,
yeah.
So like, if he does lose, like, I think you'd give him like 2-3 fights down lower in the rankings, or at least somewhere around his, around where he is ranked, to be able to find out like what he actually is able to do in the division. Because obviously, like I said, 2 losses to Gaethje, 1 to Gamrot, who's right now number 8. That was also injury, but it was if I remember it being a fairly close fight up to that point. And then
I feel like there just wasn't much out of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it happened 7 minutes into the fight, so
that's why. But no, it's like, whatever they end up doing with Fiziev, he's a big name fighter and a fun fighter, so his path and like everything will not go how it should be that's best for him. He'll just be put in big shit. But that's where it's like, yeah, you go out there and lose to Oliveira, it makes all the sense in the world to take on fucking Benoit Saint-Denis after a massive win over a hyped ass fighter in Ruffy,
which we really didn't even talk about yet, like the actual how the fight went.
Bruh, Ruffy is cooked in this division,
bro. Like the first round, I was shocked. Like I remember like saying that I couldn't wait to see the actual numbers on this because it felt like Ruffy threw nothing. And sometimes it feels like that, and then it shows like, 25 strikes. Like, when the fuck did they do that? 1 of 6. He landed 1 of 6 strikes in the first 5 minutes, and then in the next 5 minutes, 5 of 12.
Yeah,
I guess it didn't go 5 minutes, but either way, it's like, he had fucking nothing. Benoit in the first round, 2 for 5 on takedowns, just easily tossing him to the ground. Ended up with slightly over 3 minutes of control time. Ruffy couldn't do anything from down there. It was just Benoit dominated him and then got him to tap off the face crank.
The only I was gonna say the only way Ruffy was defending the takedowns was when he like overly sprawled out of it and just was like really like just explosive with it. And even then, like, Benoit was able to like still like keep like on some of those a body lock and then take him down later.
Yeah, and that's like where I was gonna like go with just kind of Ruffy's grappling in general, where it's like, he was, at moments like, okay, he's getting out of things, defending things, whatever, but it's like you could just tell that it was all just explosive go, like, I gotta, you know what I mean? All this like big frantic movements to try and like get out of or change the scenario. and it was just all of the processes of what to do on the ground to just defend, escape, sweep, whatever. It just none of it was there.
Which shocked me for multiple reasons. I know we've never seen anything from him, so I didn't expect crazy high-level grappling or anything like that.
Yeah.
But coming out of the Fighting Nerds with Caio and with John Silva, and even Carlos Prates has shown that he has solid takedown defense, you know?
Yes.
I figured he would at least have something under his belt to be better than what he showed. And then on top of it, like, what was it, a year ago when everyone from the Fighting Nerds was saying that Mauricio was the best fighting nerd, which at that time I remember being like, there's no way.
I think we all disagreed, and we all disagreed on who was the best as well.
Yeah, it's like, because there was just no way, but like, you know, I think we all also agreed, like, technically we haven't seen it, but I just can't really imagine that. And now here we are, like, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so our opinions were, this was an opinion validating fight with, like, because of the takedowns and stuff, because, like, that was the biggest thing, was just like, what is his actual, like, takedown defense gonna look like? What is he actually gonna look like on the ground? Because, like, if I remember right, Yontop shot 6 takedowns, but that was a short notice fight. Dude, it was then turned to a catch weight. Dude still misses weight. Like, that was just a weird weird thing.
Yeah, and he didn't start shooting until round 2 and then round 3. And I know by round 3 he started putting it on him. Okay, I was gonna say I thought that he slowed down around 3, but never fucking mind.
No, that was the thing. I had looked at those. Yeah, no, he didn't slow down at all during that fight. But like, he didn't slow down in this one. But like, obviously, like, it only went 8 minutes. So yeah.
No, I meant Yontop started putting it on.
Yeah, I know.
Mauricio, yeah.
Yeah, it just, it was just everything. Like, the grappling, defense, and everything was there, and then, like you said, just the inactivity on the feet in all the moments that he was there. It's like, the takedown's coming, and it's just the classic, like, just I'm a flashy striker and I don't have grappling, so it's like big uppercut, big knee, I'm taken down for it. It's just like, just all the dumb shit that it's just like, man.
But that's even what was like crazy too, because it's like, prior to this fight, striking defense 60%, I'm sure it didn't really go down too much because it didn't last very long. But it's like, watching him get hit with these shots when Benoit was clearly slower than him, and like, the open head kicks is what was killing me the most.
Yes.
Slow, open, non-setup head kicks, and he's just eating them, just sitting there getting hit with them. Like, it's like, bro, okay, you don't have grappling, you're a striker. Where is it? What the fuck was going on? You were getting hit with shit you should have never got hit with, and then absolutely no response to it.
It honestly, I feel like it was like a big part of it. It was like, because as soon as the fight started, Benoit went right after him, went on a takedown, and like, immediately the reaction from Ruffy was snipe a right hand to him, misses, gets taken down for it, and then it was just the beginning of the end there. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, like, he was probably just so fucking worried about the takedown, because he knew that if it's coming, I'm not defending it, I'm getting taken down, and that, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, you're second guessing yourself, you're just unsure. It like, that was just a terrible performance from Ruffy, man. Like, absolutely went out there and shit the bed.
But we say, he was getting taken down at will. Benoit did go 3 for 10 of takedowns. It felt like a lot more, but he just wasn't able to get up from them, or he was doing terrible on how he was trying to get up. He was exposing his back, which led to the face crank. Just all explosiveness, not really technique.
Yeah. So it was definitely a surprising one to watch it go out, watch them go out there and it play out like that. But good for Benoit, get it done, get a streak going back underneath him. Definitely needed that win for sure. And honestly, Ruffy probably needed that loss, because
they were about to skyrocket him.
Yeah, because if somehow he were to have gotten past Benoit Saint-Denis in that one, like, dude, like, the things that fucking Patty,
I was gonna say Patty.
Given him Patty.
I'm glad we all agree that that was the path they were trying to go down. And yeah, Patty would have fucked him up.
Bro, like that would have been like that, like how we were just like, damn, Patty beat the shit out of Michael Chandler.
It would be worse.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely a recalibration from the UFC is needed for this guy, and let him fight some bad grapplers in the UFC to actually see what he can do against some of that, and then you sprinkle in the people that you can get the highlight reel knockouts and all the fun, but you gotta let this man improve on his skills because that was not it.
Yeah.
Total main event though, Modestas Bukauskas taking on Paul Craig.
Featured bout?
Sorry. Featured bout. This was very sad. Honestly.
This was sad. Beautiful from Modestas.
Yes.
But it shouldn't have been Paul Craig.
Yeah. Paul said it himself. This game feeds the old to the young, and I'm old. And left it at that. Laid the gloves down and retired after getting fucking knocked out with a vicious elbow, man. Oh my god, that's
right at the buzzer.
Crazy. Yep. 5 minutes on the dot of the first round. 0-0-0 on the clock. Paul was just out.
As the round was ending, we were all like, even though like he had just landed the elbow, we hear the bell go off. Okay, he's gonna find another round. Then as Modestas gets up and he just slumps, we're like, oh shit, he's out.
Yeah, and ref just stood over him.
Yep.
Done. Which respectfully, absolutely what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just like Paul. It was just a classic Paul performance on all of the worst levels of just didn't get anything going with the grappling. Just didn't have anything going on the feet, just throwing kicks on the outside, just getting touched up out at range, and then he pulls guard and then got smashed out for it. You know what I mean? Like that was it. That was really just the 5 minutes of it. So it's definitely good on him to retire. He does not need to be taking damage like that anymore. But good for Modestas actually.
Got himself on a 4-fight win streak now.
Like that's what I was gonna say. Like obviously he got cut from the UFC, came back, just was on a rough run originally. Is this motherfucker actually gonna become a contender in this division? Is he cooking up something that might actually be worth doing?
I don't know, because he can definitely still get knocked out. That's the problem.
Yeah, he did get knocked out against Vitor Petrino in his recent, but in his most recent loss. But like at the same time, like he is getting wins over some decent guys. I do think like you maybe look at him and be like, do we give him another shot into the top 15? And if you do, you going Min Yang Zhang, going Alonzo Menafield? What are you doing?
Alonzo Menafield.
Yeah, that's what like you said, Min Yang. It's like I thought it was obviously Alonzo. That's how you give everyone trying to get into the top 15 to see where they're at,
Right. Although then again, Min Yang Zhang did just fight Johnny Walker, who he was supposed to easily knock the fuck out because he's so knockoutable, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
And Modestas, I feel like, is also good enough to not get knocked out by him and finish him in the second, or even in the first. But I will say that might actually not be like the scariest fight for him. Like always the opportunity, of course, but
no, exactly. And there's an opportunity in any fight for Modestas to be knocked out, unless he's fighting someone who it doesn't get knockouts like that with Jet. Light heavyweight, not many of them.
Something like that though, for sure. That is definitely the place to put him to see if he can get himself into the top 15 for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of elbows from top though, back-to-back finishes. Mason
Jones. This shit was crazy.
Motherfucking Mason Jones went out there and got dropped twice? They
only counted once, but there was definitely a quick second knockdown.
I know, like on the live, stats, like it's one of those things of like never accurate or whatever, but it's like it was like fucking a minute 30 seconds or something, and they were like, "Yeah, Blagioki has landed 25 significant strikes or whatever," and it was just like this motherfucker was just getting hooked.
Yeah.
Pulls it through to come back and get the second round finish, man. Absolutely incredible.
He needed that takedown in the first round. That definitely helped. But it's like, bro, Balaji just went out there and put out numbers he could not keep up with in a matter of 2 fucking minutes. And it's like, how you do that at 155? You know? That's insane, brother. Like, you need to learn how to manage it because that was crazy. But it's also like, maybe do a little bit of research on your opponents. If you have somebody that is tough as a dog out there, don't go out there and throw everything you have in the first 2 minutes trying to knock them out, unless maybe you're going to go for body shots. You know, like if you're, but it's just silly. Silly.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure most fighters, you know, it's like they know that and shit, but it's like the excitement of it. It's like, I'm sure he knows, oh, he's never been knocked out. Oh shit, he's down, you know, and it's just like, I can fucking get him. And then nope, man, and all of a sudden you can't. And and
then you get knocked down in the same exact round and you proceed to get beat up. And then the second round comes around and you, just get the shit beat out of you. And like you said, bringing up the bows, elbows from mount.
Yeah, like, because like you said, it's always just so fun to see, like, just that thing of like, somebody goes out there and they're getting their ass kicked for however long, you know, and it's like, damn, like this massive accumulation of damage. But if they're still in there and with it, it's just like, the exhaustion though on the other side, it's just like, which is like a lot of times, like, you know, the exhaustion is obviously worse than, you know, and it's like the other guy can get it, but it's like, it's just always crazy to kind of see how that exactly is going to play out, because it's like, as soon as Oki got tired and like you said, Mason got on top, got the takedown like in the first, it was just basically over from there. You saw that like Jones was just pulling ahead, had way more in him at the point, you know what I mean? And it was just all him from there. The awesome, good for him. Gets himself $50,000 for that performance bonus. Didn't mention it, but Benoit also got $50,000.
So this was a fight I thought about after it, because I was just like, what would be a really fun fight to see? Dude, Mason Jones versus Chris Duncan.
That would be fun.
That would be fun as hell.
Court. It's one of those things of just like, oh, you're on a 2-fight win streak at 155. It's like, now you're just in the mix of guys.
Now you're just on the grind.
You want it to be Chris Duncan. You want it to be Rebecca. You want it to be Mektabek. You know what I mean? It's like, who are we doing? What are we going with? It's fine. Who's going to get a 4-fight win streak to get himself a top 15 opportunity? You know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're at 155 on a 2-fight winning streak. Here's the meat grinder.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Especially just 2 fun, good fights like that. Those are the kind of fights that you are forever going to get because they're fun, they're good for fans, and that's what the UFC is going to now expect of you. So
I was going to say you're clearly willing to do it. So
good for him to get that $50,000. Definitely needs it. Balaji 2-2 now in the UFC. Rough, but is what it is. Next one, fight at 170 pounds. Aries lightweight champ making his debut in the UFC at 170 up a weight class. Axel Sola taking on Rhys McKee. Axel ends up getting a 3rd round finish over Rhys. Nasty body shot. They were just having a good old scrap with each other, just putting it on each other.
Bro, he's a lightweight?
Yeah, he was a lightweight champ.
All right.
Big ass lightweight. What's he, like 6'2", right?
Yeah, that's 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. Get the fuck out of here.
That was something where it's like when they showed that, you know, he was like, Aries lightweight. I was just like, what the fuck? I was
Ignacio, Zalibero, Torres, you know, all these fucking 20-something-year-old tall lightweights.
But came in undefeated, walks out, UFC debut undefeated. Slight controversies with the finish, you know, just with Rhys, but it's like it was fine. Dude was very hurt. That was it was a good enough stoppage, you know.
Yeah,
it wasn't egregious enough.
I feel like people really need to remember that you based your opinion off of a slow motion replay where the ref is in there live with the live crowd and only from a very specific angle. You're getting the clean clear-cut camera view, camera angle that shows you everything, but the ref is not always perfectly positioned there because they move around so much. You gotta cut Herb Dean a little bit of slack because he fucks up a lot, but this time, like you said, not egregious at all.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Just one of those things. Very much a human issue here. Like,
yeah, there, because like you said, you get every single camera angle, you get it in slow motion. Like it's hard to judge a stoppage based on that.
Yeah.
There are some that are like obviously egregiously bad. Like what was the one on, what was it, Contender Series with Olszewski's brother? Like that one was egregiously bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the refs these days. They're getting all caught up in the social media antics. You know, they don't want people making memes about them.
They need to toughen up.
But I guess if anything, like, you know, last thing with that one, do you have anything with Axel that, like, you know, stuck out that, like, you're excited about? Do you think that he should stay at 170? Do you think that he, like, you know, just might have some more fun fights at 155? I don't know if you guys have much thoughts about him or anything.
I feel like 170 is going to be rough for him, being a 6'2", with a 74-inch reach. It can be rough up there, but at the same time, 155, like we're just saying, welcome to the meat grinder, you know. So, like,
yeah.
I didn't know if you guys had anything on him, or if, you know.
I don't know, like,
it's like, it was fun, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like I've seen Rhys McKee in like more like, just, I don't know, banger of fights.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he had, I mean, he's 1-5 in the UFC, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not saying that he had to go out there and like kill himself for this fight or anything like that. But I will say that I think coming off of the Gomis into that, I might have just been like a little like, especially getting into the second round and third round, because it didn't feel, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Obviously, let me just see another fight from him. I haven't formed enough opinions.
Very fair. Very fair.
From what I saw, like, and the thing is, like, if I remember right, this was what, 3 weeks notice or something, 2 weeks notice. Like, it wasn't that long of a notice, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but
yeah,
like, so that could potentially play into it, where I'm not sure, but like, it just from what I saw from this particular fight on this particular night, I feel like he's gonna have a rough run at it. I don't know why.
I gotcha.
Well, we always like to see the body work, though.
Yeah, so like,
for sure,
100%, like, my opinion is subject to change based on his next fight on a full training camp.
Yeah, definitely understand.
Let's go. Last fight on the main card, William Gomis did William Gomis things, did his best job at avoiding a fun fight in the UFC.
Yep, we had all finishes up until his fight, and of course he had to be the one to take us to our first decision of the night.
Yep.
Which, to be fair, Rochella did go for 6 takedowns. Like, that did slow the fight down as well. But
man,
Gomis, you're in France. Do you're in France type things, you know?
He's
show out for your
countered on the feet constantly because he's not good, you know? William Gomis was obviously so much better. Go for the fucking knockout, motherfucker. Put something on him.
Remember when Gomis put his finger up his butt?
That's true. He did do that. I remember that.
I do too. I didn't say anything live because I was like halfway uncomfortable. I was like, bro, why is he doing that? Like, his finger is.
I know where you were I know which part you're talking about.
Yeah, up on the cage. Like,
I was gonna point out, I was gonna be like, oh, Gomis with the veteran move of an oil check here.
Yeah, I was like, bro, we were just talking about this. How is he actually?
Is this the fight?
But then I seen a meme posted about it, and I was like, yeah, at least like people did notice this.
That was so noticeable. Like, it wasn't even like
right. I didn't think it would go unnoticed.
Yeah.
But was this a fight where? I'm trying to remember which fight it was where the eye poke, where it also went up into the dude's nose.
Oh no, that was Nassourdine Caio.
Oh, that was Nassourdine. Okay,
yeah, it was.
Yeah, that they had a million eye pokes and nut shots, and then it was the last one in the last round, and he was like, "I'm gonna give you a hard warning."
I'm
like,
just
bro,
like,
it's the 5th round, and this has happened like 3 times. But all right.
Like,
finger
Goddard,
up his freaking nose.
I defend you. I can't defend this. You should have taken a point at that point.
Good old fun on the main card.
Good old fun on the prelims.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Prelims. Absolutely stacked out. Finishes in every fight.
Yep.
Where do you guys want? What on the prelims were you guys the happiest with, the most excited about? What do you want to freaking talk about? You know,
There was a couple, bro. There's a couple I
Yeah.
want to talk about.
all right, we'll pick one. Go.
I don't know where to start. That's the issue because
go somewhere.
Ante Delija.
All right.
Yeah, let's start there.
I was happy for him. Man, watching him just drop to his knees and cry, just like tears of obvious joy that 35 years old, finally making his UFC debut, going out there and getting a nasty uppercut over Marcin Tybura, who is just solid vet in the UFC, 14-9.
Yep.
What was he ranked going into there? Because I know
7.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he's top 10. Yep, number 7. It's like, yeah, UFC debut to go out there and do that to number 7. It's like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry watching him cry. I was so fucking happy for him.
I'm pretty sure that's only that was only the third time Tybura's been knocked out in the first round.
Yeah.
Last time it happened was Tom Aspinall.
Yep. But
and also we got to remember the other aspect of this. Like the last time these two fought was a championship fight, and Ante Delija loses in M1 and loses via a leg injury, where I guess like from commentary, like he broke his leg, and it's just like, damn, like he's probably been thinking about that. Like, what if I didn't lose to this guy?
Shit.
Because he went on to Tybura after that fight, goes on to fight in the UFC. That his next fight is his UFC debut.
Crazy.
Yeah, something I didn't realize is after that leg injury, he was out for 3 years.
Yes.
Damn.
2015 to 2018.
So he had time to.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, he had time to think about that loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn. That's crazy.
Damn, he actually had a fight booked with UFC in 2020 to fight Cyril Gane, but then there was contract issues.
Damn.
That's crazy. Ante Delija lore, huh?
Yeah.
And then officially was with the PFL. I wonder if it's because he had already fought in PFL and if there was just contract issues surrounding that.
I don't know, because then he fought
in KSW.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Wild. But yeah. Either way, like you said, 35 years old though, to finally go out there, get your UFC debut, get it done in such incredible fashion over such a proven guy in this division. It sucks because it's like obviously former PFL champ, just gonna have a bigger name. Just that's a great win. It's very easy to push him because it's like you got all of these new fights. But it's like, dude trains with Tommy, so it's like, what are we gonna do?
They're putting him against Curtis Blades, and then they're just gonna let him be a top 5 gatekeeper for as long as it lasts. What are we talking?
That's a terrible idea.
Why? I'm gonna go out there and knock out Curtis Blades.
So you just bring a guy in to ruin your division?
Yeah.
The question,
heavyweight's ruined. All you can do is ruin it more.
You can't really.
No.
But also, like,
a fucking legendary champion.
They're actively making this worse with every person they bring in. How do you not realize that? Okay, hear me out.
Yeah, I'm fucking listening.
Like the people on the Contender series that they're trying to bring in, the people that they're randomly booking, they'll have like a total of 4 or 5 professional fights. Their records of the guys that they have fought will be like 7-32, and then they'll put them against somebody, and then they fucking lose, and then they just keep losing, and they don't build anyone because they're not. They're not doing good.
See, this is the thing though, that like take away all those guys that you're talking about that are real bad, don't deserve to be there, right? Like the bottom end of the division at that point, like those guys are all getting boosted upwards because of all these extra shitty guys that are getting brought in, you know? Like because we've brought in extra shitty guys.
Because we brought in Hamdi.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Usman gets to look better because we got guys like Hamdi.
That's not good.
It is though. Because now Walter looks better after he beats Usman. It's a progression. People need
anyway.
To see
why are we talking
win,
about that? How do we get here? Ante.
Lose. So then when they lose, the people that beat them, they look good because they beat a guy that I know that can.
Heavyweight is trash.
It's getting better.
Will be trash forever.
No.
put them back on steroids and it will get better.
Look,
That's
all
true.
I need is someone who has access to, UFC, blah blah blah. Talk to Ante Delija and literally just ask Ante, ask Tom, will you fight each other if the UFC offers it?
Brother, just DM him. Why do you
was
gotta
gonna
talk
say,
to
like,
someone? Just
literally just DM on Instagram. Like, there's a high chance he'll just answer you.
DM him and Tom.
Tom definitely won't answer.
Like, I doubt Delija has a huge following where he's out here with like hundreds of thousands of followers where he's not gonna see your shit. Like, bro probably sitting around 50K or some shit, and he's gonna see your message immediately because nobody thinks about him. Like, and I mean this respectfully. It's just like kind of the fact with a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Damn, you're pretty close. 56.7.
boom.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Like,
I'm just saying, like, they could literally ask them at a press conference.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Just so that way everyone isn't saying, oh, this, that. It's just like, get it out there, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, very awesome to see Ante get it done. That was great. And yeah, can't wait to see him fight all the other top dogs in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
You also got a performance bonus.
What about you? Yep, we also got a performance bonus. Yes, sir. What did you like from the prelims? What you want to bring up?
Fuck it, let's bring up the other performance bonus in Fernandes versus Hardwick. Holy shit, the calf kicks off Fernandes onto Hardwick were insane. The fact that bro, when he landed that last one, he falls over, rolls 3 times, and then they call the fight because he just cannot get up. It's just like, holy shit.
I can't believe he got up the few times he did, because it's like, I know they're only counting it with the one knockdown, but how many times did like his hand drop, or like, like his hand go down and his butt like almost dropped to the ground, and he just got up, and like you're just watching him limp and wince through that pain of getting his legs kicked to bits. And obviously Fernandes, like, there was one point where Fernandes, like, he had just dropped him, like, they didn't count it as the drop, but he had just dropped him real quick. He shot right back up, and then he started throwing kicks at like his head and his body. And I was like, Fernandes, you stupid fucking fuck. You go to the legs, and then he went right back. And I was like, thank God, because like it's right there. And then he got it. And I was like, all right, bro, because you see people throw it away all the time. And I would have been so disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good for him.
It's
very good for
also
Caio.
just
Gets himself $50,000 with that.
Looking at landed 10 leg kicks. The fuck up.
Yeah.
Both legs.
Yeah, man. It's crazy sometimes just how damaging they could be so rapidly. You know what I mean? It's But yeah, that was definitely very nice. For me, I can't believe this man didn't get a performance bonus because to go out there and finish Andreas Gustafsson in 54 seconds.
Bruh.
It was honestly such a shame because I wanted so much. Literally, second one of that fight, it's like, this is what I was here for. This is what I wanted. And then just literally less than a minute later, it was over. And it was just like, oh, no!
I was so fucking disappointed because, like you said, it's
sad.
like the way that Andreas came out against fucking
Chaos Williams.
Thank you. And just looks stupid. It's like, bro, Rinat's the perfect match. And it was, but it's too perfect because the way they were just swinging at each other was awesome. But like you said, 54 seconds, all it took was landing one good clean shot and it's, oh, I'm done. Oh no. Like,
I know, like,
I hate so bad
because like they just go out, they just start swinging, and it was just like, yeah, this is great, like this is awesome. And then they grabbed the clinch and start, and it was just like, yes, like this is exactly how we knew it was gonna go. But then they break, and then Rinat just said left hand to the chin, and fucking Andreas was like, ooh, and it was like, oh no. And then he just put it on him and crumbled him, like instantly made him fall apart after he got hurt. Like it was crazy. And then I know that like you were talking about it like on stream afterwards, but it's like the way that like they were just like afterwards and like showing respect and everything thing to each other. It's like they were acting like they just went through a 15-minute war, and it's just like they weren't even in there for 60 seconds, and it's like they're holding each other's hands up afterwards, like they're walking around.
That
like
shit had
it
me
was
so
the second fight on the card. Like it just
had me so fucking weak.
We're not.
Everything about that like was perfect. I just wish we got more time out of it.
Yeah.
That was it, man. Like
We're not the first one to finish them.
Huh?
We're not the first one to finish them as well.
Crazy.
So, but also just like
Yeah.
because I remember the beginning of the fight, they both just start swinging, and then just Rinat throws a hammer fist, and we're just like, of course, why not?
Like, yeah, that's the strike.
Like, what's the answer? Someone just putting their head down and throwing wild shots, just fucking right to the back of it. Yeah, that is literally that fight was perfect.
Probably the highlight of my night.
Yeah, the best 54 seconds of MMA history for sure.
Yeah, I wish it had gone longer.
Yeah, so good. But yeah, other than that though, Sam Hughes, she got a second round finish over Sean O'Bannon. Actually looked like a monster in that one. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Robert Bryzik got a finish over Brad Tavares. That was sad.
What's sad?
Yeah.
Sam Patterson fucked up Trey Waters real quick. That shit just kind of happened out of nowhere.
Crazy,
yeah.
Trey Waters tough as shit because it was a standing TKO, but that was totally deserved. Patterson landed a good shot, and you saw the feet go from under him, the eye, like he just wasn't there. Ate a couple more shots, unresponsive, just kind of like stumbling back, trying to get away, but also you could tell not there. And the ref just called it like, nah, we don't got to see no more. You don't have to go down. You are out.
And then last finish on the prelims, Omar C got a first round finish over Brenton Hibiero. So very nice for all of them.
Yeah.
Let's go. That is the card for UFC Paris. Tapology. Ginger actually did really freaking good. It was crazy pulling that up and seeing. Blew out the fucking competition yesterday. First place for Ginger out of us and the group. Very nice. Let's go.
It was nice. Until I wish I took a screenshot because y'all probably won't believe me, but up until the co-main at the co-main event, I was top 7 in.
That's crazy.
On Tapology, get the co and the main event wrong, drop all the way down to 51st. But even then, 51st is still pretty good. But I was top 7 before that. And I'm like,
hell yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, absolutely cooked it. I didn't do too bad. Kate had a little bit of a rough one.
Yeah, I had a bad night.
You gotta get the spirit back. That's what happened. You stopped giving a fuck, and you've been doing dog shit since.
I know.
Give a fuck again. Find a fuck to give, motherfucker. Take a fuck out of the bucket and fucking throw it at Tapology.
Sorry, but the bucket of fuck is empty too.
You scrounge around in there, dig around. You can find some more fucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Tapology.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the fucking shit that matters.
I'm leaving.
One motherfucking champion fight night 35. Let's just do the quick mentions of the shit so we could just get to the good shit. Johan got a finish. Johan got finished. Right?
Yeah.
If you know, you know. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You don't care. So
I was sad, I was happy, I was sad, you know?
I was sad, I was happy, I was freaking blown away because Tai Ruotolo taking on Adrian Lee. I was so goddamn impressed with both of them, honestly. Like that was such a good, fun, entertaining, great fight to watch.
Yeah, like obviously I wanted Adrian Lee to win so bad. Like, I just want to see him do great things. And not that this takes away from that by any fucking means. You know what I mean? It's like literally 19 years old. And just, like a shocking fight in many ways.
Yeah.
I can't believe that the biggest issue Adrian had was seemingly on the feet with Tai. It's like, obviously he got subbed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, that first round, he was doing so good at keeping Tai away, the up kicks while he was like on the bottom. and just like, yeah, staying in safe position, scrambling out, exploding out of things, and being able to roll with Tai and actually throw up his own subs and not having Tai throw subs at him.
Yep.
But Tai hit. I had the thought going into the fight where it was like, Cade isn't a great striker and he strikes out at distance and he just throws kicks, and that's why Tai is going to be so much better. But I was like, goodbye. I'm not thinking this. Fuck any logic, because Adrian's got this. You feel me? But it was true. Tai was just so comfortable on the feet out there. His left hand was just finding its home every single time. Adrian Lee's head movement was on negative 100. Like, both of them tough as shit. Both of them definitely eating big shots. Like, it was just such a grueling fight. And while like it probably would have ended anyway, I was so disappointed in the very end, because it was like, you know, obviously they're doing MMA in the rings and both of their heads are like outside of the things. Like it
was like fucking shoulders up on both of them. Were just like completely pushed out.
Like, it's getting crazy. And then the ref is trying to get them to stop so that they can like he can reset them back into the ring. And they're just like not stopping. And then it kind of looked like Adrian like stopped for a second. And then, you know, they reset and like Tai just immediately wrapped it up, and like Adrian's hands were still low. Again, I'm not saying that that's the only reason he got it. You know what I mean? Like, they were both exhausted. Adrian was in an awful position with Tai on his back with the triangle lock, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like a little moment of like, damn, like I hate that there was even anything to the ending other than just a straight clean ending to it, you know? Because like you could see, like I said, both of them exhausted, but it's like Adrian was doing his best. So I can't help but just be like, bro, like how much more could he try to have fought out of it if his hands were ready to go for it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rather than Tai being like, oh, like we have to reset, we're back. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and like, again, just a little thing, it probably didn't make much of a difference, but like, I was definitely upset.
Because like you said, it's like, it's not controversial or anything like that. It's not bad, but it wasn't clean. And so that's what does just suck it for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like you said though, the defensive ability for Adrian Lee on bottom from like, you know, against Tai, like that was just so good. It really is one of those things where it's like, I just like, you know, with like in the lead up and everything, it's just like, bro, Tai really does just be struggling to like get through people's guards. Like that is such a fucking struggle for him in seemingly any form of like no-gi type competition, you know? Motherfucker can't do it. It's so bad. He just like so like with saying that, like I was very impressed with both of them. Like any of my frustrations only came from Tai, honestly. And like when that first round went, because like you said, like he goes out there, single leg takedown, got it down easy, and I was like, clean. That was so good, very nice. Adrian Lee, great job to recover guard. And I was just like, that was really fucking nice. Like he was actually able to get that done first round early. Awesome. And then Tai, he's like throwing some shots, whatever, like, you know, trying to move. And then you see him just start to stand up. And it was just like, just everything of how, you know, we were talking, brother, there's no fucking way you're about to start doing this shit. And then he's getting eaten up kicks for it. And then he goes back down and he's landing elbows. And, you know, and it's just, it was just like, bro, that was honestly a little bit crazy to see. Like,
it's like, like I said, I was shocked that Adrian was like not like having such a hard time with the striking, because if like his head movement was more on point, if he trusted himself to let his hands go a little bit more, it's like, like that's the shit that I meant in the grappling was exactly that. It's like he struggles with his wrestling and his entries, and then he doesn't commit and actually try to roll through. He's just like, well, let me disengage and reset. And then now, we're here in MMA. He ate like what 4 up kicks in a row because of that shit. It was like one big one, and then he did it again, and then it was just like bop, 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 and then he went right back down. And it's like, what are you doing? Like this is that shit. Like,
and like especially like in terms of MMA, it's like the guard passing is like the clear thing that he has to worry on, because like the takedown was beautiful. Like, you know, like that went super easy. Like for Adrian being like a good wrestler and those being his credentials, like that for sure came easier than what I expected, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he expected it to come so quickly.
Oh, probably
because then
not,
it was
yeah.
like once they were back on the feet, he was doing better until the second round, because that's when they were striking for like 2.5 minutes, like Ruditolo just putting it on him.
I think it was 2 straight minutes because it was about 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure that he got it.
And it's like, then he just went in with the same entry that he was going with the strikes, and then just whoop and took him down. And both of them tired at that point. Like you could tell Adrian was just like not ready for it and was just like, fuck, you know? Like, and then that's when shit just started to get real freaking crazy. But like you said, definitely good shit from both of them. Definitely some frustrating shit from the tie, but I was real upset with that.
Nah, I get it. But yeah,
I was hoping Adrian Lee had better cardio than his brother.
It's hard because it's like, you know, with talking about the grappling and just like, this should, like, if it goes to the grappling early, like it should be a pretty clean fucking like easy win for Ty type of thing. And it's like a big part of like, obviously like Adrian Lee was doing a great job, but it's like he was forced to like do a lot of work and everything to keep up with it. And so I feel like that's where it's just like one of those things where it's like not having as clean of technique. It's like just having to force like a bit of just like, the effort more to like do more things. But just even the fact that it's like as accomplished of a black belt that Ty is, Adrian having nothing in credentials compared to him, that he had to like do a lot of striking, wait for him to be absolutely exhausted, for him to successfully like easily secure positions to get like a submission. Bruh, Adrian Lee has such a bright future in the sport. I can't wait, and I just can't wait to see how Ty evolves as an MMA fighter as well. Awesome. I was it was it's like I just wanted to see who was going to come out on played out, and I was just very happy with it all.
I just was shocked and sad.
Sometimes
made me not a fan of Ty.
Sometimes I like talking about one because, you know, I get to do a little bit, but then there are other times where I'm like, I like it because I feel like a ref because you guys are talking the whole time. So it's like these two are the fighters. I'm just the ref in the background. I'm just out here doing.
I'm calling this one off.
Which is even funnier because it's like always just a draw then, because half the time we just, or most of the time we just agree.
Yeah.
We just.
No, that's my point. I'm just out here doing cardio essentially.
Yeah.
But hell yeah. That is the good shit from one. All the stuff we care about. Draft, I got a point with Akbar Abdullayev on one.
Yep.
All right. 8 lost a point. Or added a point to her L's.
He had 2 losses this weekend.
Sad. Oh shit, did you? Who was
Kaio?
I don't know. I don't have it.
Oh fuck. I forgot that. Yeah, we kept on forgetting that. Forgot that we brought that up at some point too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, that's the funny part is she still has less losses than both me and you. She's at 7, we're both at 8.
Terrible. Absolutely horrible.
And she has 2 more wins than both of us.
The draft's getting more competitive as it edges closer.
Again, the fact that me and you have like what? It's 6 fights, and 4 of them are head-to-heads with me.
Let's go. Yeah. But that is it for this episode of the podcast. All the things to talk about. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. And sadly, we will catch you on the next one. Reviewing. They had a good preview, and they had a good fucking first 2 years. That was enough. End it. UFC Noche, it's done.
Yeah.
Like, it is just flopping so badly.
There's gonna be a fucking 10-minute pod with these fucking fights on Noche.
No, literally.
Oh,
I was about to say, speaking of the head-to-head.
Yep. We'll catch you then, though, guys. Peace out.